Hey, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Nano Edition, week 2 of Monday Musings. I'm Allison, your hopefully favorite author, and I am coming to you live from my little upstairs office nook. I can't really say it's an office because it's really like 8 by maybe 7 feet. So it's a mini office. I don't know, but it's mine and I like it. So I just got in from being outside. I was playing around in my little camp area that I'm making. This is not a medieval shelter. It is thoroughly modern. However, the little fireplace that I've put together and the cooking area are made with fieldstone and a little bit of brick for a backstop because I didn't want to deal with mud and daub and things like that. I know how to do it, but it's messy and I really just wanted it done. So I used brick because it stacks neatly. It lets a little bit of air come through too, which I think it will need to breathe. Certainly today's fire was much nicer than the ones I had last week, which is phenomenal, and I'm really excited about that because last week's was a little on the smoldery side, and although I smelled lovely and wood smoky, it was a bit overwhelming at times. So I have been asked by 3 libraries, I think at this point, to do an author talk specifically about the Reenactors Cookbook. And since everything is virtual now, I will let you guys know when I'm doing those. And hopefully some of you will come and join in and listen and maybe ask some good questions. And if you have any things that you want to know about me, that would be awesome. Be a perfect time to come in and enjoy talking to me and maybe, sharing information with other people about cooking over fires and working outdoors and doing fun things like that. Also, with Thanksgiving coming up, there are actually a few recipes that are in the cookbook that would lend themselves well to Thanksgiving. Not a traditional Thanksgiving because they're not a stuffed turkey or a turkey stuffed with bread. But this isn't really a normal Thanksgiving, is it? We're having political unrest. We're having civil unrest. We're having a plague. And people are being discouraged from having the large gatherings that are common to some of us. And so maybe it's time to try something new. And, the cookbook has some great stuff in it. And it's a little there's a few recipes in there that, while they wouldn't have been considered fancy at the time, most likely, they're considered fancy now because we don't normally have oxtails just laying around, and you don't usually cook capon or bunny or there's a couple of poached fish recipes in there. Lots of fun stuff, and it's healthy and good for you because it's all whole food. There is nothing prepackaged, with the possible exception if you're like me and you don't want to take the time to soak your beans. I have dry beans on hand. I always do. But I have my canned beans too, because a lot of time I don't decide until 3-4 hours before dinner what I'm actually doing for dinner. And so having those canned beans means that I can pull them out, rinse them, and I'm ready to rumble. I consider that a pretty minor pre-pack thing, so feel free, I also have a tendency to use canned tomatoes, but I sometimes use my own canned tomatoes. This year I did not do that. We made some salsa and some other stuff, but we really didn't do a lot of canned tomatoes. We ate tomatoes because I was in a tomatoey kind of mood all summer, and so that's what we did. But most of them got eaten. We threw away a small handful that didn't quite make it, but the rest of them did in my tummy. So, cookbook. Sorry, I'm having horrible allergies. So I'm allergic to leaf mold, and I just spent 2.5 hours outside in leaves. So I'm now stuffed up. But you know what? That's okay. So you may or may not know, I am running a contest for one copy of the Reenactors Cookbook signed by me with a dedication, whatever you'd like. And so here it is. Here is the copy of the Reenactors Cookbook that will be going out. Sorry, it's kind of overly. There we go. It is brand new. Spine hasn't been opened, nothing. Pages haven't been riffled. Look at that. It's pristine and gorgeous. And this cookbook could be yours. If you go to my Facebook page, you will note that there is actually a contests tab now. If you click on that, it will take you to the contest, which tells you all about it. And I'm just going to read to you right here. It is from now until January 1st. The cookbook is $14.99. And on January 1st, the price is going to go up to $19.99. I'm doing it at the lower price because I wanted it to be accessible to people who've been waiting for a really long time for this. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody for being so patient with me while I wrote it. And also because it's the holidays and it's been a shitty year. And I wanted everybody to have a chance to get it at a decent price. But yes, January 1st, that price is going up to $19.99. And on January 1st or thereabouts, I will be releasing the ebook on Kindle. So you'll be able to order an electronic copy of it as well. And I'm not sure. I think it's going to be $4.99. I have to double check on that. So don't quote me on that. But the cookbook would make an awesome gift for the food nerd in your life, or the history nerd in your life, or the SCA nerd in your life, or the person who's always wanted to hang out at, the village or at reenacting history places or wherever. So, it makes a wonderful gift for people. Please consider purchasing it. I worked really hard on this, and I feel that I've provided you guys with something that is both fun to read and a quality product with good recipes and a lot of interesting history and stuff. Anyway, on to the contest. I am giving away one. It's going to be to a random winner. So I have a contest app that what you do is you put in your name and your email address, and you're given an opportunity to like my author page, which many of you have already done. And then you just click and submit. And what will happen is on the 1st of December, when NaNoWriMo is over and I take my deep breath, I will click the random button and it randomly will choose one person. So I am not in charge of this. It picks it, and I think it emails you, but if not, I will email you and I will let everybody know that you've done it. And I'll ask nicely, if you win, and when you get it, will you take a picture and send it so that I can put you up on the website and show that you won something? But it is going to be signed. It's got, all of the info on the back. It is a really nice copy, pristine, untouched. It's living in a little bubble sealed bag here, which is going to stay in until it's wrapped up and sent off to its new owner. So, and if you win it and you want it to say, to somebody else, that's fine. You get to choose where it's going and what you want written in the inside of the cookbook. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. There is no, you are putting your email in. They make me do that. But I'm not going to be using your email. I don't have an email list that I keep or anything. I'm not going to email you guys. If you guys want to get stuff from me, you can go on my Facebook page, and I put everything there. So you can see it there, or on LinkedIn, or on MeWe, or any of the other places that I'm at. So some of you may have noticed that I have continued my previous year's thing where I put up a helpful hint for writers every day. Today it was sometimes you look at your work and it's just not right, and it's 10 possible reasons why your scene feels flat. And so it just goes over some things. And I've been doing one of these every day. And the reason that I'm doing it is because somebody else was doing it my first year of Nano, and it helped. It helped to know that there was somebody out there who was experienced and knew what they were doing or faked it really well. That would be me. And that they were kind of walking ahead. It wasn't that they were doing groundwork for me, because I still have to do all the writing, but they were showing me by doing that it could be done. And so I'm trying very hard to pass that on to other new writers, because it's really important to me. I believe that everyone who wants to write should be not only allowed to, but encouraged to. And you should also learn to ply your trade, which means you should, if you are not already versed in it, learn grammar and spelling and punctuation and various other tricks of the trade. I will say that right now, obviously, some of you are doing NaNoWriMo with me, so you probably don't have time. But in December, when you have time, edX.org has free writing courses. They have expository writing courses for journalism. They have creative writing courses. They have like marketing type courses, things like that. And I encourage you guys to take some writing courses. Even if you've been doing this a long time, it's easy to get caught in your own voice. So, for instance, when I'm writing about Alexandra Taylor and the vampire novels, I have a particular voice that I use, and that's my voice. It's me, because Alex is me, basically. Slightly younger and sexier and less heavy set, but still me, okay? But the book that I'm writing now, which I'll talk about in a couple of minutes, is a completely different universe. It's a completely different person. It's a completely different gender because my main character is male, not female. And so that's something that you have to learn how to do. You have to learn how to speak with different voices and how to write a good description, a good dialogue, a good fight scene, which is my newest thing. I realized as I'm sitting down here, I never have written really a fight scene. I've written people getting beat up, but that's easy. It's one person doing the action, and it doesn't matter what they do because the other person's being pummeled. It's, you know. But what happens when the two people are the same or similar levels of expertise in fighting? That changes the whole dynamic. And so this is something I go and I watch videos of people fighting in the style that I'm writing about. I talk to people who do fighting so that I can write it well. And I go out to places that look like a lot of the story that I'm writing right now takes place in forest in New England. And so I went out for a hike on Sunday and I took photos because now I have pictures to refer to when I'm writing. So, and that's the kind of thing that you have to learn how to do. And you have to know enough to know what you don't know, which is the most bizarre saying ever, but it's really true. So what am I working on now? NaNoWriMo is eating my brain, and I am writing urban high fantasy. So this is like Tolkien-esque elves and dwarves and orcs and things like that in our world today in the city. So picture Galadriel wandering around eating street vendor fruit in New York City with like the whole flowing robes and everything. So there's a little bit of I can't think of the word. Cognitive dissonance. See, even I lose words sometimes, and I'm good with words. Anyway, so there's this is an entirely new genre for me. Fantasy is not something I've played around a lot with, like since I was 12. So I'm learning as I go along, and it's fun. It's different, and I'm really happy to be writing fiction again. Last year doing the cookbook was great, and I'm so glad that people are enjoying it and reading it. Now y'all need to review it, just saying. But it was so hard. I like writing fiction a lot better than I like writing nonfiction. Again, with the yawns, I don't know. I got nothing, guys. Anyhow, I've been here for more than 15 minutes. I should let you go. But please don't despair. We are a quarter of the way through NaNoWriMo. You can do this. You do not have to beat yourself up if you don't reach 50,000 words, but strive for 50,000 words or 75,000 words or 100,000 words, because if you fall short, you still might make it. I believe you guys can do this. I know it seems hard sometimes. There's been a couple of days when I have squeaked past that 1,668 words and gone, yep, I'm done today. But I haven't given up, and I sit down every single day to write. And that's what I'm going to go do right now. And I hope that's what you're going to go do as soon as you're able, because I realize some of you may be at work or, doing other things. So I'm going to go write. You go and write or plan or take notes or whatever it is you're doing. And don't forget to drink water, eat good food, and get a little bit of exercise, okay? Go get sunshine. I got to tell you, we're not going to have this vitamin D available to us for very much longer. With winter coming in, it's going to be cold and miserable. So while you can go out, I was out in a tank top today because it's so warm and gorgeous. So go let the sun touch your skin, drink a bottle of water, kick back outside or go for a walk, whatever you're going to do. If I get my writing done in time, I'm actually thinking I'm going to go down to the beach and go kayaking because I can. Do what you can. Keep yourselves healthy. Keep yourselves engaged. I love you all, and I will see you next week, okay? And don't forget to subscribe. And I think it's down here. And if you find anything of use in this, pass it along. I love it when people share my videos, okay?